I'll just begin to read. I'm not sure that I ascertained the answer to that particular question. So when the nomination is made from the floor, a member does not have to be a commission, and often the smaller sections, a member can call out a name about to receive it. A nomination does not need a second. A member can be nominated for one office. Nominees do not have to leave the room. A motion to close nominations is usually not necessary unless it is apparent that members are nominating people at this time. Usually the president closes nominations and no further nominations come forward from the assembly. And so my understanding from what the board is intending to do is decide which person should serve in the capacity, and therefore a vote will be taken. It's not one motion over another. One motion, and there have been two people nominated for the same position.
Okay. My only question would be is who would go first?
This is, from what I've seen so far, it does not speak to which name should be called out.
Okay. I guess it's left at the discretion of the board president.
Correct.
I would imagine, but it doesn't matter. I just know that under normal circumstances, that's kind of the way it's done.
Okay.
But I don't think there's no vast and separate rule as to exactly. I just get it that way, but if you want to change it. But anyway, let's have some pieces out. No other board to change it out. I'll leave it as is.
The board may want to close the nominations.
Well, I asked for other nominations.
And if there are, you may want to make a vote to close the nominations of the office.
All right, and any other nominations? Any other nominations? Okay, then I will close the nominating procedure.
And you need a second and a vote to close.
Okay.
I'll second.
Do we have a second?
I second.
You close it and you say.
Okay. It's been moved by second discussion. And we close the nominations. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposers, motion is carried. Okay, now, as I stated, we will, unless there's a problem, we can run the road either way. Just play the board either way, no matter what.
It's your decision, whichever way you want to go.
Okay, we can start first. Last group, on Mrs. Byers was placed over again. It's been moved, proper second, and you voting, you voted all in opposers?
Nay.
Okay. Motion is carried. Okay?
Now, since there was a vote, shouldn't we vote on the second name as well?
Yes, yeah. Okay.
I have a feeling I know which way it's going to go. I think anyway.
It's carried.
Okay. Yeah. Big motion to nominate Bourbon R. people.
Okay. And we have anyone else?
We have to vote.
Okay. It's been moved. Do we have a second?
We don't need a second.
Okay. All right. All in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Opposers?
Nay.
Motion failed. Okay.
Just say to promote all due respect and honor, and I appreciate your willingness to serve. But I had made a commitment to a young lady that I had known for a number of years and who has served on the Regional Housing Authority board, and she's doing a good job. But we appreciate again your willingness to work. So thank you.
And I talked to her, which I did not know that he was being considered until last week. I personally had gone to this body earlier, and about it, not knowing anybody other than someone else that called me. I think even down in my district, and I did not even get a chance to meet with them. That was my reason for doing that. So again, thank you for you considering me a public servant. Okay, we will now move on to the next item. This calendar.
Okay, Mr. President, I'm going to come back to the first item that I have. I did not see Ms. Evans here. My second item is to report Dr. Apperton Harrison to the Jackson Hinds Library Board of Directors. Dr. Harrison is the former director of the Margaret Walker Alexander's Research Center and a retired professor of history. And of course, she is the mother to our former Hinds County's attorney, Malcolm Harrison, and also Mr. Malcolm also worked with us as our former circuit court judge. Anyway, my nomination is for Dr. Apperton Harrison.
Okay. It's been moved. Second. Second. Let me ask this guy, is that the same one that he sent me? And I just the reason I'm asking this because I was trying to make sure that Miss Maggie White, is that the same one?
No, this is this.
Okay.
She's actually, Dr. Harrison is actually replacing Mr. Lewis.
Oh, okay. It's been moved. Second discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
Okay, Mr. President, I also wish to appoint Mr. Lewis Wright of the School of Roseman here. Mr. Wright formerly served on the Hinds County Economic Development Authority Board of Directors on our Jackson Hinds Library System, and I wish to appoint him to our Hinds County Economic Development Authority Board of Directors. Of course, Mr. Wright is employed with Entergy, Mississippi, formerly the NPL, and he's been employed with them since 1974. And he has served in several areas such as general services, accounting, marketing, and human resources. And he is currently serving as the customer service manager in the Jackson area. Mr. President, for your consideration, board's consideration, Mr. Lewis Wright, the Hinds County Economic Development Authority Board of Directors.
Okay. Removed. Second discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
Thank you.
Okay.
Mr. President, I would like to request approval of the Chambers and Gaylor and Watkins, Rutland, Winter, and Stennis law firms to serve as legal counsel underwriters on a possible issuance of bonds for the Byron Clinton Florida. As we all know, the county does not have adequate funds to refinance the entire Byron Clinton 18-mile. Therefore, it is important that we do not expend all of the funds we have within that account without a plan to pay for the rest of the formula. We may have an opportunity to leverage the existing funds that we have by coming up with a financing strategy to finance the vast majority of the construction. So my motion this morning is to retain the services of Chambers and Gaylor Law Firm and Watkins, Rutland, Winter, and Stennis Law Firm to research the viability of financing the construction of the Byron Florida.
Second.
Okay. Also to come back and make recommendations to this board regarding ways to finance the improvements of the project and again serve as bond counsel and other rights counsel on any such bond issue if this board determines that it should undertake such a financing strategy.
Second.
It's been moved, proper second, discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Okay. Okay, you say, okay,
Yeah, I know.
on the other.
Right, I'll come back to
Okay.
the first item.
All right. Mr. Bishop.
The first item I have up today is approval for the board to accept the flag and plaque that I showed the board last week. An American flag flew above my headquarters in Kandahar, Afghanistan, for placement in the Lane Courthouse. So I'm so moved.
Second.
Moved, second, discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried.
My second one, Mr. Smith, is to place the name of Van Evans in nomination for the Hinds County Economic Development Board. This is to finish the term of a member who was deceased. And Mr. Evans has served on the board in the past, the same board, for 16 years. And it comes with very positive recommendations throughout the business community and the 4 district people I spoke with. So I'll place his name in nomination.
Okay. It's been moved.
Second.
Proper second, discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried.
The third one concerns an opportunity at Midpoint Park. You know, Mr. President, the board has worked extensively in cooperation to build this park, the Midpoint Park Association, also providing providing in-kind labor. The park is a long way toward the finish line of being completed. And what I'm talking about today is spending, there's $200,000 each district was allotted for parks from a bond a few years ago. I kind of lost track of time. I don't know how long ago it was. But I'd like to use that to put lights up in the park. I'm going to ask Mr. Harrington's here. Also, if he might make his way up, if he has any comments he wants to make on this opportunity. Last year they played 230 kids at the park, 3 girls softball and 20 boys baseball. With the lights, they believe they can increase their capacity, doubling both the boys and the girls ball teams, allowing that larger of an opportunity. I would also like to add to the motion to take any of the money which remaining of that $200,000, go ahead and do it all in one motion, and use it to pay for a parks study for the city of Byram to see if they're able to put any kind of parks together and just what they're supposed to do in order to help them along a little bit. I really don't know how much is going to be left out of that, but just to go ahead and complete that fund. So that is my motion there to go for bids. By the way, the plans have already been drawn up in the original plans that were done for the park a couple of years ago. So we're going to go for bids on this park using the firm of Woodford, Gerhard & Knight. And then after the lights are completed and a few ancillary items Mr. Harrington knows about, for example, the gate in front of the park, then use any remaining money, if any, for a study of parks and recs at the city of Byram.
Okay. Mr. Graham.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. President. I agree with that motion, Mr. President. I'd like to second the motion. I think anytime that we can spend money at the parks, I also spent quite a bit with the city of Jackson and dealing with the parks. And at one time, I'm not sure exactly what happened to the study that we were supposed to be doing. Or I think we had given that assignment to someone. I don't know if it was Public Works or if we had made the assignment to someone to actually check on the parks, or we were going to do a study to check on the parks to see exactly what we need. But I think that any money or monies that we have to spend in the park or parks is money well spent. So I'll second that motion.
Second.
Mr. President, I would just like to ask for the opportunity to ensure that the motion is proper and in order. And if so, I would like to ask that you add the ability to enter or approval to enter an interlocal agreement should it become necessary
With the city,
with the city of Byron.
Okay.
so,
Okay, it's been moved,
The lights,
properly second. You may want to read the order to make sure.
Okay, please, okay.
I
I think I got it. Mr. Fisher's motion was to go to bids for lights at the Midpoint Park using Williford Gerhart Knight as the engineering firm, and for there was some additional something in there,
ancillary items such as a gate, I think it's really going on.
and a gate, okay. And to use the remaining funds to do a study for parks at Byram and to enter into an interlocal agreement with Byram as needed.
Okay,
Does that work?
Yes.
all right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. Okay. Next item. Uh-oh. Oh, we had another one. All right. My item on the agenda is to appoint Mr. Earl Horton. First of all, the livestock board asked me to get this gentleman for their appointment to the livestock board, and I may put his name in nomination for the livestock board for Hinds County, Mr. Earl Horton.
Second.
The move, proper second discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion is carried. Okay, the other item is, I think that's the other one that the library board requested us to reappoint is Ms. Maggie Benson White to the library board, and I put that in the form of a nomination. I put that in nomination.
second.
It's been moved, proper second discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion is carried, and I think that's an at-large position. The other one also has to do with the National Library card signing up month. And it's in your package. They sent this asking us a resolution asking us for a resolution dealing with library card sign-up month in Hinds County, and encouraging everyone in Hinds County to sign up for the Smartest card. Use it at the library, and that's in form of motion that we have a resolution sent to the library board from the National Library Association. This is I so move that we send this resolution. Do we have a second?
Second.
It's been moved, proper second discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion is carried. One other item while I'm on it, it's my understanding that, and I don't know whether the administrator had any other discussion. I had a discussion with the department stating that there was some pending stuff available for us on the Mississippi Tower building, and of course I did meet with her and some of the individuals, and she wanted to, if possible, extend her contract for another year, having this pending information that may be available to us. I don't know, but she wants to renew the contract for another year and ask that I bring that to to the board's attention. And so,
Is this renewed at the same terms as the previous year?
yeah. So I put that in form on the motion. It's been moved, do we have a second? It's been moved, second, discussion, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, motion is carried.
What is your name, sir?
This, it was at the bottom.
Joseph.
Mark, thank you.
Bargaining social real estate.
Mark.
Bargaining social real estate.
Okay. Did you have any discussion on that this morning?
Other than the meeting that we have, I think that's confidential, but the group is keeping everything, on their radar right now.
Okay.
But I can give the little information.
Okay.
Good morning. My name is Joseph Barton. I'm the broker and owner of Barton Social Real Estate. And I have the valid title listed for Hinds County. And right now, we were approached. I think it's been going on for maybe a couple of weeks, but I had Supervisor President Smith to join me with the meeting with, I think, a partner from, what is that group that we met with? It's something involved with the city, but it was a brief meeting, and they just kind of not like putting everything out there, but it's pretty much Stanley Morgan, one of the partners here, that they're interested in buying the property, and their profit on the whole block of, on that corner, I think is Congress, that whole block that covers everything next to the courthouse. So, and the valid title is part of it. And they are interested in putting a hotel there. And so that's what we know so far right now.
Okay.
And we'll continue with having meetings. They're meeting with Jason Brookins right now. And so once they finish meeting, then they'll get back with us. But we're having meetings like periodic right now until everything comes into play. So they're putting things together because they're buying like several pieces of the property on that block right now. So we'll get more information related to you all.
Thank you.
You might have any questions. Thank you.
All right.
Yes, sir. First item of the common is relates to unclaimed bodies. There are 5 unclaimed bodies for consideration today.
Okay, what's the pleasure, board?
So,
It's been moved. Second. Do we have to name? Okay, all in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, motion is carried.
Thank you. Next on the agenda will be one item for the board's consideration from Mr. Blake Wallace. I don't see him.
He's not here.
Okay, and then we'll move on to the next item until he arrives. I don't see Miss Pam.
Yeah, she's here.
I need to put glasses on, don't I? Ms. Pam Young has a presentation regarding an update on the United Way campaign for 2011 for Hinds County. Thank you, Ms. Young.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. President, board members, Ms. Davis. I guess I slipped in on you.
Yes, you did.
It is my pleasure, as always, to come before the board to kick off our United Way project for 2011 this year. And we're asking the board's permission for the kickoff for the United Way. And with us this morning is Carol Berger, President and CEO, was not able to be with us. But in her place, we have Ms. Monica Daniels, Vice President of Resource and Development, and Ms. Tanya Poe, Relationship Manager. You know, we'll come forward to present to the board. And we're real excited. We're hoping that this year's a better year for us. Last year was a little cloudy with the furloughs, so we're praying that this year's a better year for us for our United Way project.
Thank you and good morning. I would like to come before you and request that you do grant permission for you all to run an employee campaign to support your United Way. We have been before you before, and to let you know that this United Way is local and autonomous. Our board of trustees are local business people such as yourself, and we have numerous volunteers who help us make investment decisions. This United Way only serves Hinds, Madison, and Rankin counties, and we just simply cannot do the work that we're trying to do in reducing the dropout rate by 50% by 2018. Our work in the neighborhoods and in and around the America's Promise Zone has been recognized by Colin and Alma Powell's project, America's Promise. Jackson was one of 12 cities in the nation chosen as one of Colin and Alma Powell's America's Promise Zones, and that was twofold. One, the bad news is we know and we understand that we have one of the highest dropout rates in the nation. However, because of the work that this United Way had already begun in this community and working with particular schools in this area, we were recognized and have taken the lead across the country to consult with other United Ways and other America's Promise cities. We are doing very aggressive work around the area of education, early childhood education, and the work of financial stability. Briefly, I will let you know that this is the third year that we have been able to mobilize volunteers across the Tri-County to provide financial literacy classes and to file taxes for free for those citizens in the Tri-County who qualify, which is a household income of $50,000 or less. Last year, our volunteer efforts resulted in $4.9 million that came back to homes, citizens, their homes in Hinds, Madison, and Rankin counties. That was due to earned income tax credits that they may not have known that they qualified for, due to not having to pay someone an exorbitant fee to file their taxes when there's no need to, and to discourage people from going to rapid refund places that take a huge sum of their refund. In doing that, we have grown this program from filing about 800 taxes a year to close to 3,000 last year, and that is for our citizens in Hinds, Madison, and Rankin counties. So we are working aggressively in the Tri-County with our volunteers, with our partner agencies, and we come before you today to ask that Hinds County and the employees of Hinds County support our work. Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Graham.
Mr. President, I so move that we support the program. I also have a question to ask the property manager. Okay. My question is whether or not you still fund or still operate the 211 system, and if you do, are you receiving any federal funds as it relates to the operation of that center?
We do still run 211. For those of you who may not be familiar, is a health and human service line. And we serve the entire state of Mississippi and support all the United Ways in the state of Mississippi. We have received federal funding in the past. That was 2 years ago. We have not received any since then. And we do also raise funds locally to support 211. And we also ask that those United Ways that can help contribute to the running of 211, that they do so.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, all right. One of the ones to help us initiate and work with 211 system, give back. It's a great system. People really didn't quite understand it for a while, but now it's getting on. Anyway, it's been moved. We have a second. Moved, proper second discussion. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Luke.
And maybe we also have indicated we have